Hello everyone and welcome back to Alan Wake 2. This is episode 14. Last time we completed the chapter Scratch and we got the revelation, the truth that Alan Wake didn't escape the dark place. It was Scratch posing as Alan Wake, and he revealed himself and we had a little bit of an encounter with him, and we now have a situation where we've got people just coming to terms with what the fuck just happened. So let's have a chat with some characters, and then we are going to, after this, actually be heading to a janitor's bucket, and we will be completing Alan's story. Right? We're gonna persevere because we need to see what happens, to see how Scratch gets out, what happens with Alan. That's going to be really intriguing. So let's talk to our characters.
Scratch is Wake's double. He tricked us. He almost got the clicker from me. The whole plan has gone out the window. How could we get this so wrong?
Textbook boondoggle.
You said it, Anderson. It's a shit show. So what's the plan?
Boondoggle.
Scratch pretended to be Wake to trick us.
He almost won me over. I should have trusted my gut. Had a bad feeling about him when we found him at the lake. When that insane monster cloud came at me in the woods, I saw a face inside it. Wake's. I think he was always a monster. Always Scratch.
Ooh, profiling Scratch. Now that is unique. Okay, did not expect that to be a profile.
The FBC usually handles stuff like this, right? Any thoughts?
Hold up. You brought a paranatural object in here without telling me and then almost handed it over to a hostile entity?
I didn't know if I could trust you. That was a mistake. So was believing Scratch. But it's not too late. I just need to understand more.
You got that right. Let's start acting like we're on the same side, yeah?
The horror story's changing reality. It made it so my daughter died here, even though she's supposed to be back home in Virginia. Do you know if that's...
AWEs are localized distortions of reality. The area outside town might not be affected. Sometimes they expand, sometimes they fizzle out. If we can make sure it's the latter, your kid might be fine.
Well, we haven't actually had a phone call in a while, have we?
The whole thing is a nightmare. I can't let my family be torn apart.
Having family isn't easy in this line of work. The late nights, travel, alternate realities threatening their existence. My ex-wife couldn't take it.
Karen, you're better off without her. I know I am.
They do know each other. That's history. That's not just getting friendly on a first name basis because you've been in this area. That's knowledge about this person's history. Okay. Which ties into the Yotonyo like movie stuff when you've got Artie asking about, hey, how's things going at the FBC? And he's like, wrong place. I'm like, what are you getting at here? And then Artie wants a job at the FBC. Bizarre.
So tell me what I'm missing. The FBC must know something.
Good news, we have Bureau intel on all of this. Bad news, it's highly classified. Good news, consider yourself deputized into the Federal Bureau of Control. Here's a key to the cell where we keep the files. Happy reading.
Okay. Thanks.
I loved that.
Go team.
Go team. Wonderful. Okay, examine the files in the locked cell. Can't wait. Very happy.
You really don't remember Logan living in Virginia with me and David?
I remember you and David having problems. You needed a break. You and Logan moved to Watery and then Logan, well, that awful thing happened. After you came back to work, I thought you'd be the perfect partner for this case, if you were willing to return to the area.
Okay. That's enough.
Fuck. That's... oh. Ugh.
The story is changing your memories. What you're remembering is fiction. Logan is alive. I'm not divorced. We never moved here. I remember the truth.
No. Wake or Scratch, whoever that was, said the story could be used to attack us. We all need to question what's real. With that said, how do we know the story isn't giving you false hope?
I can't convince them. I just need to change the story.
What if all of that is true and it is sort of like a traumatic repressed memory situation and then...
This is the kind of case my ex hated. The ones that might kill me.
That's funny. The cases that might kill me were my ex's favorite.
Train of thought. Hold on. Got interrupted. Yeah, like she was in a vulnerable state. So the story that, like, she's been written into, like, here's the thing. Alan wrote Saga into this story knowing nothing about her except for the fact that... oh, the only stuff that Alan knows about Saga is the stuff that Saga told Alan. Saga can't be like created for the story, has to come from somewhere to work its way into the story naturally. You can't just make someone exist. But the fact that it's not a loop, it's a spiral, means that there's a lot of almost bootstrap paradox things happening where there's like people creating one another. That sort of thing, because we've got the whole thing with Zane and Alan had some encounters with Saga and is receiving this information about Saga being here. Did you write my family into the story? Blah, blah, blah. All of that kind of stuff. Alan has that information. He needs to now have some sort of story because it's all out of sync in terms of time. And when they're talking about it's not a loop, it's a spiral. It's like you can imagine they're all syncing down the hole together, and there's moments where they meet briefly in the overlap for a little bit, and that's not in sync. And it's just like, you know, time is a flat circle. True Detective Season 1. One of my favorite pieces of television ever. And it's like we have a part of that in playable game format. It's like it's a lot to think about. It's a lot to think about. Whose version is real about Logan, really? Because we've got, hey, I thought that you would take this case on with me, and that's going back to like the beginning of everything without even really addressing it. Is that the story? Is that reality? Hey, I'm along for that ride. We have Scratch and Wake. This profile image is spectacular. That is cool. Look at this collection of profiles. Amazing. Wake. Trapped in the dark place.
I assumed Wake escaped the dark place. Is it possible he's still there?
The Big Apple in an ocean of darkness. Gone diving. Note from my editor. You're using the wrong tense. Trapped in a loop. My friends will meet him when I'm gone.
Wake is still trapped in the dark place. Maybe he always was.
Tom the Diver. Alan, get in that diving suit. Go further. Ooh, okay. Okay. We're getting close to the end because all of our radio songs are almost complete too. That's another thing to think about. We're pushing close to the end of the story, and I never want it to end. I want Alan Wake 2 to loop forever. God damn it. Okay, Scratch. What Scratch wants?
Scratch was pretending to be Wake. Manipulating me. What does he want from me? No. I'm in control here. It's my mind place. Too powerful. Just his presence here makes me feel sick. Like a wave of terror through my head. I feel his single-minded drive to get the clicker.
The absolute insane look on this man's face, though. Look at this.
Scratch was pretending.
Like, holy shit.
Manipulating me. What does he want from me? No. I'm in control here. It's my mind play.
Wow.
He's powerful.
Just the clicker.
Powerful.
So he can make reality
presence here
whatever he wants.
Like a wave of terror through my head. I feel his single-minded drive to get the clicker.
He was close to it. Sheesh. Alright. I wonder if we'll be heading to the Cauldron Lake trailer park. Or like, not trailer park, but Cauldron Lake area that we haven't been to yet soon. The FBC brought powerful light arrays to subdue the Taken.
The dark presence is vulnerable against bright light.
I don't know why I said arrays. Light arrays. Fact versus fiction. Alright, we're not ready to explain these yet. Okay, time to go and read over some files, but we'll talk to Ilmo about Yako, and then we're going to be going to... Ooh. Oh, people lingering outside being like, what the hell's going on? And then we're going to go switch realities.
I'm sorry about your brother, Ilmo.
Yako was all heart. He always went along with my ideas, no matter how stupid they were. Always happy to help. I got carried away. I never think things through. It's my fault.
I realize it's a bad time. But I need you to tell me everything about the Cult of the Tree.
The cult is my craziest idea that ever worked. Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult? Exactly. We protect water in Bright Falls. We're the good guys. A secret neighborhood watch. Well, that was the idea anyways. Look, we've always known about the horror inside the lake. When any Taken come out, we kill them.
You don't turn people into Taken. You kill the ones who already have.
Damn. And that was their problem right at the start, is they cut out the heart of Nightingale, they put the words in his chest, and they go to use the clicker to make it a reality, to do the ritual. But they didn't have it. So it was left incomplete. Therefore, Nightingale goes crazy.
How long has the cult been around for?
Certain folks around here have always known about Cauldron Lake. Before us, it was the Torchbearers. And when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult. It was genius. Just the name did half the work. Made people too scared to go into the woods at night. Business 101. Fear is a great motivator.
And then the Cult of the Tree and the Cult of the Word, all of it was just twisted.
You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out. It's all him, Wake. And if we don't stop him, no one will.
Wake's evil doppelganger Scratch is the threat we're facing, not Wake. And I will stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called Scratch.
One and the same all along? I don't know. More profiling to be done.
Ilmo said the cult kills Taken. Is he telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks buy in bulk. We've got a floater. A taken on the shore. Call the gang Yako. We are going hunting. Cult of the Tree. Keeping the town safe since 2013.
Ilmo is telling the truth about the cult. They really were fighting the Taken. We're on the same side.
I really love Saga's ability to profile to see the truth of the situation. It's really good.
If the cult is killing Taken, then why did Nightingale turn into one?
Private party. Invitation only. Wrong time. Wrong place. Time to go, Yako. A job half done isn't done at all.
They couldn't finish.
Nightingale became a Taken because the Bookers interrupted their ritual.
Right, yeah, because there was also that aspect of it as well. So they weren't able to finish the ritual because of that, yeah. They were close, and then the Bookers, who wanted to also solve the mystery of Alan Wake. I wonder if we'll be checking back in with them again, because what's kind of interesting about the Bookers is they were there at the beginning. We've spoken with them. We got the necklace, which, by the way, we still have and haven't done anything with, I don't think, that cult necklace. And then both of those characters show up in Initiation, in Alan's drafts, as different characters. So, quite curious.
I'm gonna deal with the situation, Ilmo. But the town will need protection until we sort this out. I could use your help.
Right. I'll round up the gang. Whoever's left. We won't let these fucking monsters hurt any more of our people. We'll do my brother proud.
Thank you, Ilmo.
We need to get Alan to write Yako back into the story. He was just sleeping.
I'm so sorry, Yako.
Goddamn, look at this atmosphere. Holy fuck. The streetlights with the fog. Hello, Silent Hill.
Anybody seen what I like emotionals about?
Who knows? If it's not one thing, it's the other.
I think they've got the Koskela brothers locked up in there. I saw them go in earlier.
Oh dear. Probably got them for what happened to poor Mocha the Moose. Anybody seen what I like emotionals about?
Who knows? If it's not one thing, it's the other.
I think they've got the Koskela brothers locked up in there.
Yeah, okay. Keep looping, guys. Keep looping that conversation. Love that neon. Dude, the lighting here. This is crazy. How wonderful that I've actually played a Silent Hill game this year and it's not even the best Silent Hill game that I've played. I just find that so funny. I've played multiple horror games this year that are more Silent Hill than what Silent Hill ended up being. God, the rain with this lighting. Holy shit, this is so gorgeous. This game is pretty, man. Continually impressive. Okay, where are we? We've got a locked door still. I don't know if maybe that's because we're potentially just straight up missing some keys that we could get, or whether or not that just hasn't come into play yet. We'll see. Like maybe Rose will be doing a shift at the diner or something. Let's get this container, because there was that fight out the back of the sheriff's station. I think we have to go through the sheriff's station to get there, though. Gotta go out the holding cells. And then we're not going to do anything else in Saga's experience yet, because we are going to dive back into the dark place and see what's happening with Alan. It'll be interesting because he is in his final draft of Initiation. He said like there was like third and final. So I'm not sure what that means for him now, story-wise. And if it's going to be a short chapter or a longer one. We can't tell yet. Okay, these are on now. love seeing these make a return. I just can't pick them up and throw them into power sockets. Okay. I love that the containers that I go to is not even the one on the map itself. I think it's this container. This is what's marked on the map, but it's not going away, which is very classic Alan Wake at the moment. It fucking hurts my completionist brain, I'll tell you that much, when you're trying to pick stuff up and the icons won't go away, and then you're like, what have I picked up? What haven't I picked up? Oh, it's finally gone away? Maybe? Oh no, it's just because the map changed. It'll still be there in the same place. Yeah, it's just the... okay. The container icon moves with the map. Hey guys, nothing to see here. Mr. Man with his phone constantly taking selfies. Are you seeing this shit? No manuscript pages in there. Right. Damn, it's crazy how you can just go look at the files and proceed with the story without even coming out here and looking at this environment. And seeing everyone just being super, super curious about what's going on. My god, it's a box. This dude, I swear to God. Let's see the Odia Diner. Are they open late? Still trying to remember that the fact that Deerfest is right around the corner too. What are you doing? Okay. What are you freaking out about? God, look at this. I love this red and blue together.
I really like the diner at night. It's so quiet, peaceful, at least usually.
I know what you mean.
So we're getting music playing on this out of order jukebox now. Yeah, that's the guy that worked at the sheriff's place. Eating pizza with a fork! Oh, what is that? That's a crime, sir. I know you work at the sheriff's station on that computer booking tickets, but I'm gonna have to arrest you. I'm taking you in. What the fuck? That's terrible. Jesus Christ. I'm out of here. That is a crime. Alright. Let's go check out the lodge, because that's where our bucket is.
Don't like all this chaos right before Deerfest. Maybe I should just stay here for the night and make sure no harm comes to my creation. I'm sure it'll be fine. What do you know? You're just an apprentice. I don't like all this chaos right before Deerfest. Maybe I should just stay here.
The dialogue is on constant repeating. I don't know if that's intentional. Some say that it loops forever, but like all of the NPC dialogue just starting immediately after it stops feels so wrong. Manuscript page. Hello. In the dark right here? What is this? The cult finds the clicker. Oh, that's early.
After getting his hands on the FBC files, Ilmo Koskela knew what he was up against. He masterminded the cult, his and Yako's army, to fight the fucked up horror lurking under the lake, and a plan to keep those feds in their bunker by the lake in the dark. Outsiders would only screw things up. The Koskelas sabotaged the FBC's monitoring station and rigged it to alert them when something was brewing at the lake. One time months later, when the alarm rang, they drove to the lake again, ready for a fight. But this time, they didn't find any monsters. Something else washed ashore. The light switch. They'd read how Wake had stopped Jagger with it in the stolen files. From that point on, whenever the cult caught someone taken over by the Shadow, they cut out the monster's heart, pushed the switch into the hole, and flicked it.
That's it. That's how they do it. You know what makes me really, really curious is looking at these is like, I wish I could try and read the original edits, right? That's what I would love. That's what I would love to see, because now we know that what was scratched out was written by Scratch. I want to know. I want the unredacted versions, please. And I'm really curious if we can just go to Cauldron Lake and then just investigate the rental cabins. Because I assumed that the story would take us back there because we weren't allowed to go there ever. And then I was like, okay, the story will probably take us back. And it just never has. So I think what we'll do is we're going to go to Cauldron Lake and check out the rental cabins when we return as Saga. Take a drive.
I think you may be right. Might have been a mistake to come here.
What's going on with this group?
I don't think Marcy's coming.
Oh man, the dialogue is not having a good time. Yeah, it's definitely not supposed to happen. There's like, and this group stopped and interrupted their own dialogue last time too, except this time they stopped, tried to loop it, and then it just stopped. What the fuck? It's kind of frustrating. What's going on down this way? Because there's a locked... Ooh, did I do that? Oh yeah, because this is the Bookers. I always forget this room specifically. The door being out on this side is just throwing me off. Much better. This is the door that's locked. Who's staying in here?
I can't force it open.
Janitor equipment. Artie, you staying in here? You shouldn't be. You should be at the retirement home. Everything's going to shit, baby. Alright. Time to switch realities. I would become Alan Wake once more. God, whenever he comes back in the light, he looks so scary. Okay. To Parliament Tower. Alright. Time for the Dark Place exhibit to continue. No! Oh, bastard. You fucking bastard. Don't teleport while I am in the middle of flashlighting you. The enemy behavior sucks.
Somehow I sensed it wasn't Zane this time.
Alright, I'm going to the phone. Fellas, back away. Back away. Back away. Get out of here. Oh, you weren't even real. You suck. You made me waste 2 charges of my battery. That's the only thing that pisses me off about this game is the shadows just suck. Their movement's a little too crazy. They need to rein it in. Alan Wake needs to write these enemies to be a little more sleepy. Hello? Alright, who is it? We haven't had a phone call in a while.
Hello?
Hello.
It wasn't Zane. It wasn't Scratch either.
Wait.
Huh? You're me? Me? I don't understand. There's a lot I don't understand.
The dark place operates in loops. Time is a story. I'm calling you from a different point in that story.
From the future? I'm never getting out of here, am I?
Yes, you will. And no, you won't. And that is by your own choice.
What does that mean?
I'm sorry for what you'll have to go through. You need to go back to the talk show studio basement. Get Alice's photos from a shoebox there. Before you can go to Parliament Tower, you must put the photos into the shoebox at her statue at the plaza.
Her statue?
To help Alice,
Of me?
To help Saga Anderson.
I'm my own Deus Ex Machina? Really?
Oh, wow. Okay.
How many writers does it take to finish a story? One for each draft. It's the same writer, but in a different point in time. I'd follow the steps he laid out for me. Alice's photo from the talk show building basement. I had to go back to get them. I'd bring the photos to the shoebox by the statue.
I'm in love. Oh, dude, it's so fucking good, right? Holy shit. So we've now got Alan from the future calling Alan. That's so good. Genuinely incredible. Can you fuck off? Okay. Let's rearrange some stuff, shall we? I just have no idea where this is going to go. We've now got Alan from the future going, I'm desperate. Wait, who Atari? Poked her with my knife, poke, poke, poke. Wait, what the fuck? That's the movie. That's Yoton Yo. What's going on? Why is that subtitles? What the fuck? Why is that subtitles? What's going on? I can't hear that anywhere. Why is that? Why was that subtitles? What the fuck? It's still going. Because this is... Okay. What the fuck? The subtitle... Why are those subtitles playing? What is happening? What the fuck? They only start here when we're in this room. Is that a glitch? Because that feels very glitchy to me. I feel like if this was supposed to happen, we would hear it. It wouldn't just be subtitles playing on my screen. This feels wrong. Classic. I'm gonna go to the save room and I'm gonna just like close and restart my game. I think. I don't know. I feel like that's a good idea because these subtitles make no sense. The dialogue of the NPCs was behaving weirdly. It all feels strange. It's ruining with the vibes, bro. All right, we'll do a quick save. I'll be back. Okay, well, it seems we might be safe from the subtitles now. I have reloaded. Everything should be fine. For some reason, Yoton Yo was playing for us, which is, like, for some reason, kind of, like, fitting. It's very dramatic. Alright. Let's proceed through the basement. I just love the concept that there's, like, talk show stuff down here from a previous talk show that's been replaced with Mr. Dawes stuff. I find that quite curious. Oh, this is interesting. What a setup. This feels different to how it was before. Ooh, okay. Here's our shoebox. The shoebox with the photos. They were mine to grab, and I would grab them.
Alice's photos. I recognize the style. One showed the clicker sinking into darkness. The other showed a light in the shape of a bullet. I need to get them to the plaza.
A light in the shape of a bullet. Ooh. The bullet to stop Scratch. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright, everybody's angry. I get it. I've pissed off the shadows again. What else is new? Oh, you weren't even real? You're a bastard. You're making me waste my charges, fellas. Run! Sick and tired of these motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm out of here. I don't know if there's any good to come of going to the actual talk show itself area. I think we're good to just go back out the way we came in. Okay, we have the photos. Time to go back to Parliament Tower.
I had the photos now. I needed to put them into the shoebox by the statue.
I just love that right now, the New York Dark Place is rainy and foggy and just like neon lit. And then we've got Bright Falls being like foggy and rainy and neon lit. It feels very close. Closer than it's ever been. Yeah, the statue has changed. I did catch that. They've changed the statue. Oh shit. It's in remembrance of Alice. I just wanted to show the world what I see, Alice Wake. Holy shit. Yeah, so when it said her statue, I was like, her statue of Alan or her statue of herself? Yeah, no shit. The statue had changed. Nothing like a writer from the future helping out the writer in the past. Oh, hang on. We're being forcefully kicked back to Saga. Unexpected? We've been kicked back to Saga. What's that about? What if I say no? What if I say no? Return me to Alan. Return. 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 Okay. I'm going back. Maybe it needed to kick you back to Saga for some reason to like reset the environment, because we haven't even entered a chapter for Alan yet. We haven't even had the title on screen. That was weird.
It's closed.
Fuck.
No. The building was condemned. Closed up. Something was wrong. Something was missing. I had to get inside.
I have to progress Saga's story. This is actually the first time this has happened. Okay. Intriguing. Where's that water puddle? Bring it back. Give me back that water puddle. Take me back to it. All right. Wow. Okay. This is a first. We've been able to kind of freely jump back and forth. But yeah, the game actually said, progress Saga's story. Right as I am like actually trying to do Alan's to figure out this whole mess. Okay. Picking up what you're putting down, video game. I'm not allowed to get those answers yet. I guess that's kind of cool that the game has given us a intentional way to experience this event, I suppose. That does make sense. Should we go to Cauldron Lake, though?
I think you may be right. Might have been a mistake to...
Maybe this dialogue will be normal now.
I don't...
Fuck! Nah. It's just busted. Okay. This was where the manuscript page was, so we got some darkness lingering. Dialogue's still busted even though I reloaded the game, so I don't know what's going on there. I reckon I will go with my gut and we will not go to Cauldron Lake yet. I still am holding on to that feeling that Cauldron Lake's rental cabins would be a part of the story. Because like it's a whole thing. But if it's optional, we'll go there eventually. But for now, let's read some files. This has been a little bit of a disjointed approach to our characters here, so I apologize for that. Usually I try and focus on one at a time, but we're getting thrown a little bit back and forth. Okay. The prison cell key. Time to read some files. Transcript of interview with subject Alan Wake, suspected para-utilitarian, Kieran Estevez. Mr. Wake, you've been taken into FBC custody and will receive an in-depth interrogation at a later date, but for now I need to ask if there is anything you can tell us regarding the incident at the hotel. Anything we may need to know. There is a force here you don't understand. A presence. It's after me. It wants to consume me. Consume everything. Yes, you mentioned this dark presence before. Why does it want you? It feeds on artists, on the art they create. It wants me because of my writing. But it can be any form of art, any artistic expression. Music, painting, film, photography. It can feed on any of it, all of it. You have to believe me. Which is true. We've got so many different artists being affected by the Dark Police. We are all well aware of this entity, Mr. Wake. We've been tracking the situation here for a long time now. You yourself have been on our radar for over a decade. I'm sure those nuts in the research department are just going to love checking you out. Hey, make a note to redact that before submission. Let's get back on track. You mentioned a light switch earlier. Where is it now? I don't know, but I need it. I can't end this without it. Will you help me get it? Mr. Wake, you are in custody pending charges for breaching of numerous federal violation codes. We are not going to give you a suspected paranatural object. You're not fucking listening to me. We are listening just fine. Now, do you have any accomplices? Fuck you. Let me the fuck out of here. It's coming for me. We're all in danger. Interview was terminated due to subject being uncooperative. He let his scratch out for a second there.
Wake isn't the first person the Dark Presence disguised itself as.
Okay. The Shadow. Through extensive interviews with witnesses of AWE 35, additional details regarding the Shadow have been discovered. Redacted and Redacted, both present during the AWE, reported seeing a woman named Barbara Jagger in Bright Falls at the time. Jagger is a former actress and Bright Falls resident who emigrated with the filmmaker Thomas Zane from Finland and was reported to have drowned in Cauldron Lake during a redacted AWE in 1970. But he was not referred to as a filmmaker in the first game, wasn't he? He was a poet. He was a writer. But this is listing him as a filmmaker in this report. Research staff have conducted that Jagger's appearance is likely a case of the shadow manifesting in human form. Research is ongoing as to the nature of the connection between the shadow and the psychophysical signatures available for it to mimic. Current hypotheses are the shadow can only manifest as artists or individuals tangentially involved in the creation of art who have operated within a certain physical range of Cauldron Lake. The shadow can manifest as any individual contained, definition needed, within Cauldron Lake. Research is actively ongoing.
The lake is a gateway to the dark place.
A lake that is not a lake. At approx 1900 hours on 13th of September 2023, I love this, because it's set in their correct time periods. Like, that's my favorite thing. So this was like a month before the game was coming out. Readings from a remote surveillance unit monitoring Cauldron Lake, a known threshold to what researchers theorize is the origin dimension of A040, the Shadow, past acceptable limits. Attempts to contact FBC research facility WA03, codenamed the Lake House, were unsuccessful. On-site event verification is not possible. Response procedures are initiated with immediate effect. Lead agent Kay Esteves will mobilize Investigation Unit Beta from the remote operations site at Redacted. All available Shadow-specific equipment, Lot 411B, has been approved for use in the field. Objectives: to confirm an active event. If an active AWE is occurring, the dispatch team will identify its nature and severity, limit exposure, and attempt to contain or neutralize the source. If no event is active, check monitoring equipment, perform a limited profile sweep of the area, and check the status of the lake house and its staff. Relevant operatives in the area include the Code of the Tree, Redacted, and Alan Wake, currently missing. Relevant operatives. Is Redacted Old Gods of Asgard? Is it Rose? Is Rose an operative for Alan Wake, as she says that she is?
What the hell is a para-utilitarian?
Someone tell Saga to play Control, guys. Gosh. Description of para-utility. Based on reports, the item is a light switch from a lamp cord, with part of the severed cord still attached. And in my possession is the light switch and the lamp. I have the lamp. It erases my entire face. I can make one of those Rorschach things now. Look how terrifying this is, actually. Wake. That's frightening. Holy shit. Oh my god. Eyewitness accounts suggest that the item possesses the ability to alter reality, the changes being based on Redacted when used by a capable para-utilitarian. Passing this item's effect from that of the Cauldron Lake threshold responsible for recurring AWEs in the area is difficult because the only reported uses of the item have occurred near this threshold. Without more data, we cannot confirm if the item intensifies the effect of the threshold or vice versa, or if there is no connection whatsoever. Recorded material from Dr. Hartman, woo, there he is, after becoming a Redacted. There we go. So one of the redacted words is like shadow, taken, yada yada. Because Dr. Hartman was a boss monster in Control in the AWE DLC. The Altered World event, or Alan Wake expansion, if you will. So, after becoming a Redacted, have revealed that Alan Wake eliminated Barbara Jagger, likely a physical manifestation of a Redacted, by inserting the light switch into its chest and flicking the switch. The item is confirmed to have been used in 2010 to turn fictional writing into reality. However, it is unclear what the restrictions and limitations of this effect are. Conclusion, the light switch is a possible object of power. Oop! But the team cannot conclusively classify the item based on second-hand accounts. Proper examination and testing is required in order to determine classification and precise effect of the item. You reckon the clicker is going to eventually end up in the FBC vault? They'll finally get it? Maybe. And then no one can use the clicker in Bright Falls anymore. Wake and the clicker. Oh, that is a great image. Deduction available. Scratch tried to take the clicker. Has Scratch been pretending to be Wake this whole time? Where is the real Alan Wake? So this isn't the first time the Dark Presence has stolen someone's form.
Wake is trapped in the dark place. He's been reaching out, communicating with me in the overlaps.
But in the past, before Scratch got out. I think something that's really great is the first time Wake in this game goes into the writer's room and it all loops all over again, is he's in his Alan Wake 1 outfit. And I like how that sort of communicates not necessarily the beginning, but a very early, a very early iteration of Alan's writings. I still always acknowledge all of the scratches around here too. So he is there. Did he ever get out? What the hell is going on here? Casey thinks Wake is Scratch and always has been. Certainly possible. I assume something strange was happening with time, but what if it's simpler than that? Wake's in the dark place, and Cauldron Lake is the threshold to it.
I need to know what information I can still trust.
Ooh, more profiling. That's my favorite thing. I absolutely adore this mind place so much for so many reasons. The layers to this. I love the immersive aspect of connecting everything with the red string first and foremost. I loved it as this intuitive ability for the character, and it's so immersive and fits within the game world. I love user interface that is part of the game world. It is fantastic, and it will always be a 10 out of 10. Dead Space health bar on the back, that sort of shit. It's and the UI is part of a holographic thing that comes out of the character. That sort of stuff, perfect. Whenever it does that, it's exceptional. And then learning that Saga is a seer, and this is all actually part of her Anderson heritage, and the fact that the profiling is her being able to read minds, to read thoughts, that sort of exceptional power is so useful as a hero in this story, Because Alan is compromised. As much as we want Alan to be the champion of light and Scratch being the herald of darkness, Saga is the true hero figure here because she isn't compromised by the dark place like Alan is. Still got some clues. According to the file, Wake has used the clicker to change reality before. Yes, he has. Profiling. And then another thing is, we have these characters. We have their profiles. And then we need to dig around with these characters again when new information comes up. And it's like a way to sit down and have these sorts of interviews with these characters, but in a magical sense. And I think that is really, really cool.
Wake told me the clicker would fix this. But Wake was actually Scratch. How can I trust anything he said?
The artist must conclude his work. He rides a storm on your piece. Wake up and smell the danger. We told you already, kiddo. What Tom said about the light switch is true. Don't let the story confuse you. You need him to write the ending you want. The Clicker can make that ending come true.
But we don't have Wake. Everything we knew about the Clicker was true. He wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying. Because it works. The code of the tree. Okay. Hang on. God. Especially when you get to a point where you've got so many things as well. You're like, where do we go? There you go. Cult goal figured out. I feel like we might be able to finish this line of work now because we kind of know, yeah, we can close it.
The cult of the tree is just the Koskela brothers' slightly misguided solution to the Taken problem.
The cult of the tree was being run by the Koskela brothers. They served as a sort of neighborhood watch against the Taken, not the bad guys here. Ritual was meant to destroy Taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're close. They were all so close to each other. Hold on. Nightingale was already taken. Cult's ritual would have stopped him, but was interrupted. Oh, there we go. That one. Yes. He's never heard of Scratch. Oh, maybe here. Yeah. The cult found Wake's pages inside Taken and believed he was the cause. True. Can't exactly fault their logic here. And then we have...
That's not right.
Whenever the cult caught someone taken over by the shadow, they cut out the monster's heart, so this will be writing part of the ritual. What is it? Yeah. Okay. So case is closed, but you can still piece together clues, which I think is cool.
The Clicker amplifies any changes to reality suggested by a piece of art. Makes them permanent.
Yes, so we just need to say, Logan was alive in Virginia with Dave, and with that sort of thing in mind, when we have Casey talking about Dave as well, with you guys were having trouble and then they moved here sort of thing, I'm like, I feel like that lends even more credence to the theory that like Dave is someone important or like potentially even an actual character, but he could just be a faceless Dave. Who knows? What we do know is like Dor went missing in 1988, so it wouldn't really make sense for Dave to be Dor, but Saga's father could still be Dor potentially. I'm only still hanging on to what Dor said about someone that was important to him had been dragged into the story as well. And it could kind of maintain that spiral loop nature of Saga's in this story, and Logan was brought into the story and he's pissed, and she's pissed at Alan about that, and then Dor's pissed at Alan for someone being brought into the story. It's like that sort of cyclical thing. But we won't know until they choose to reveal it. But time to ask Estevez about the Clicker. Meanwhile, Tim Breaker's in the dark place, thanks to Mr. Dor, sadly.
So the cult of the tree actually kills Taken. They were on our side, even if their methods are misguided and criminal.
It looked right from where we were standing. Nothing's what it seems in this case. Too many stories contradicting each other. Too many versions of the truth.
We have a lot of catching up to do after this thing is all over. Everything is different now. My family, me, the whole fucking world.
I'll buy the coffee, Anderson. Partners to the end. This case is one for the books.
I see what you did there.
Oh, that's terrible.
Scratch told me the clicker can be used to change the story. Does that match your understanding of this thing?
Yeah, the light switch is a paranatural item, maybe even an object of power. We have verified reports that Alan Wake was in possession of it during the AWE here back in 2010. It definitely has power. We know that much.
I can come up with a plan. I always do.
Come up with a new plan. Let's do it.
The clicker can fix this, but I can't use it without Wake. Tor knows about this stuff. Maybe he can help.
This also saves a lot of, like, narrative time to, like, let's travel and talk with this character in person. Saga has the power to connect this way. I feel like that is much better for the story's pacing.
Wake is still in the dark place. How do I get him out?
We live and breathe rock and roll. From the silence of screams, from the fever of dreams. The clicker can amp up other works of art, not just Tom's writing. Anything created with passion. The dark power of the lake will make it creep into reality. But if the holder of the clicker believes in the art, they can make it all come true in the flick of a switch.
I can use the clicker without Wake. Only Wake's writing can change the horror story. But I can use the clicker to change something else. Like getting Wake out of the dark place.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be... Okay. Try it, babe. Let's see what happens.
I will use the clicker to change reality and bring Wake back at Cauldron Lake. I'll need the right work of art, but that won't be a problem.
Okay. The right work of art. Are we gonna use music? Are we gonna use, like, drawings? We're gonna use poetry? What type of artwork does Saga enjoy? She loves a good story. She loves reading. Hence the name.
I've got it now. I just need to tell the others what to do and fix everything. For good.
Let's see if it's that simple.
So we need Wake to fix the story, right? That hasn't changed. So here's what I have. Wake's still trapped in the dark place, under the lake. I think we can use the clicker to get him out. But first, we need a work of art. Something other than his story. And that'll get him here.
Oh, the photos.
I'm not filling out the paperwork for this one.
Photos?
Wouldn't know where to start. But I'm sold.
Okay. Look, this feels like something that once we get the ball rolling, there's no turning back. You sure you have it all figured out?
I was literally just about to say, that is the game looking me in the eyes and going, point of no return video game moment. And there it is. This is the beginning of the end game. To travel to Cauldron Lake. I knew it was still going to exist, so we can go to the rental cabins. You need to save your game first. Exploring and traveling to other areas will be limited if you choose to continue. All right. Good news, everyone.
Not just yet.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
Okay, Anderson.
I will be making a manual save. Boop. We're still in Return 6 Scratch for some reason. Even though we've definitely had the... Have we not had the credits roll? We've had the credits roll after Scratch. I guess it just hasn't ticked on over to the next thing yet. Oh shit, this is on now because we turned the power on so we can actually see this computer. I'm glad that we looked at this. Sheriff Station Admin. Do not microwave whole fish. I shouldn't have to say this. Very important information to read here. Mulligan owes me $20 and refuses to pay it back. I suggest we dock his pay for that amount plus interest and add it directly into my paycheck at Deputy Thornton. Thornton doesn't remember I already paid him back by buying him lunch months ago, so don't listen to him. Definitely do not touch my pay, or I swear to God I'll sue. Reminder, the front desk computer and admin email are not to be used for personal quarrels or other unofficial business. And remember to wash your coffee mugs. DFS safety preparations. Hey y'all, I missed the sync on DFS safety prep last time. Any updates? What's the latest on crowd control? Whoever puts bayonets in the suggestion box was clearly kidding, right? Right? Security measures. I understand that there's a need to keep arrested folks under lock and key, but who the heck is the paranoid madman who decided we needed every other door in our facility to be geared with the latest height-tech, spelt wrong, top security nonsense? The stuff's not safe. One power outage and those locks aren't budging. I've warned you about this half a dozen times now. Don't blame me when you're locked in with no way out. Officer Cooper. Funny that. Okay. The manual save has been done, so we are now safe to get other items that we haven't gotten yet. So Cauldron Lake is going to be the end of the game. We still have more of Alan's story to uncover. And if we have a look at the case board in terms of certain items, there is a lunchbox not found in Watery. There is 3 lunchboxes not found in Bright Falls, which is driving me insane. And there is 1 left in Cauldron Lake. So there is a completionist aspect of these that I do wish to grab. Cauldron Lake has 1. I think all of those are going to be in the rental cabins. Watery has 3. And then in terms of the... what else is left? The nursery rhymes. Watery has 4. Cauldron Lake 2. And Strange Dolls. We're even missing a doll, which I assume might be on one of these. Which I guess is kind of lucky that we haven't needed to solve any one of these other previous rhymes, you know, with this 1 missing doll. So I'm definitely going to do this, but I feel like what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to that save file and we're going to explore for them another time. I think. I feel like that is just the better way to do it. We should be able to pick up some stuff at Cauldron Lake itself in the rental cabins. But then, yeah, the watery stuff is just going to be me running around just blind, being like, where is this stuff, you know? And it hasn't come up naturally, and that's okay. We've done a pretty good job, all things considered. And I'll do my picking up bits and pieces later on and see what those things have to say. Because they might even reveal some cool stuff after you complete them, potentially. We'll just have to find out. But I think we should proceed with Saga's story.
Ready to go?
What I love about this statement is it says it's the beginning of the end game. So it's not like, this is the end of the game. It's like, it's the beginning of the end. And that excites me, because it's not over yet. Not yet, Saga. It's not over yet. Oh, it prompts you for the save. Sure. I'm just going to make another save file, because you can't tell me what to do. Because it might be different. Who knows?
I'm ready to head to Cauldron Lake now. Let's get the plan started.
Okay, here we go. We'll be there for you. What do you need from us?
I'll head to Cauldron Lake with the clicker.
Scratch will try to get you, Anderson. You'll need backup.
I can tell there's no talking you out of coming, Casey. Estevez, is there a way to get that light array to the lake?
Oh, I've got you covered, so good news there. And we'll bring our mobile containment unit. It's specially built for entities like Scratch.
And this work of art, Anderson. What's the plan for that?
I'll make some calls on the way. Just meet me at Cauldron Lake.
Okay, the art continues to be a mystery then. Interesting. Make some calls. Are we getting a Old Gods of Asgard reunion piece with the 2 of them?
Hey, Alex. It'll be easier on you to ride with us. We'll have waterfront parking.
I like the sound of that.
With the talk of these two and their exes, I'm imagining them ending up together.
You were the better Koskela. Much better than me.
That's getting, like, worse and worse. Tragic.
Tor?
Hmm.
I need the old gods of Asgard.
Get the band back together.
Special song. You saw this coming, huh? Of course. I need a song about Alan Wake. About bringing him out of the dark place.
A rider. A lake of darkness. Bringing him into the light. It writes itself.
I hope they've still got it.
Okay. I'm like, maybe it will be louder somewhere. Usually the phone calls, I think we hear what's on the other side for the sake of the story quite clearly. But that was the most immersive phone call we've ever had. We can barely hear it because Saga forgot to put it on speaker, I suppose. It's a good thing we've got subtitles. So this is actually quite exciting as well. So yeah, we're bringing the band back together. They're going to write Alan Wake. They're going to write his escape through song. Oh, I am excited. Old Gods of Asgard playing in the first game was awesome.
Still seeing spots from those lights. What the heck was that about?
Can anybody see inside? Are they still there?
Every time something exciting happens in this town, I miss it. What the heck was that about?
Can anybody see inside? Are they still there?
Every time something exciting happens in this town, I miss it. Darn it.
Remember when I thought this guy was going to be a character? Because he was looking really, like, confused and like, ugh.
Those beds. They brought trouble with them.
Now.
You guys want to stick around and see if something springs up again?
At least the dialogue isn't repeating. It did for a second there. But yeah, remember when I was like, this guy's going to show up later as a character because he's walking around all weird and suspicious and confused, like, he'll factor into the story. And then we just ended up seeing that same character model was taken. Let that be a lesson to developers for creating good NPCs, right? Because you can usually tell the difference between a character and an NPC because they blend into the environment. You never even look at them. You never even blink at them. They're just kind of there. And then there are some NPCs that obviously stand out and elevate above that. But in this game, every single person almost I have looked at and gone, they could show up as a character that you talk to. They could factor into the story later with the way that they behave, with the way that they talk, with the way that they act, and the way that they feel right at home in Bright Falls and in this world, instead of just being like, you look at them and you're like, that is the NPC-est NPC of all time. I genuinely was like, this guy's going to show up again later in the story and we'll talk to him or something. Something weird is going on with him, right? Nothing. And that's an impressive NPC because they all look like actual people and they all feel like they have a place, and that's cool. All right, we're getting in the car. We're going to Cauldron Lake. And we need a song, baby. Hope that Tor's excited to write that song on his own, unless he's able to wake Odin out of the Odin sleep. Say, Odin, wake up, we've got a song to play. What do you mean, watery? It's letting me go to watery. I thought that it said that after you say that you're ready to go, you're not able to travel to other places. The game lied to me. I can still go to watery. I guess it's like after you specifically go to Cauldron Lake, that's it. This is fucking spooky as hell going to watery at this time of day because I guess the time of day that you're playing the game in is very consistent. So now it's night here Should we actually be able to go to Suomi Hall and Watery? Because we're supposed to meet Mayor Seta here. Is he actually here? And is it a dog? It's totally a dog. Yes! It's real! He's a dog! I told you! I said so! I said this is a fucking dog. Oh my god!
And boom! All hell breaks loose.
There's new stuff in Watery.
The FBI, famous writers. Ugh, they're all bad luck if you ask me.
Yes, dude, revisiting Watery actually changes things. Look, who's a good boy! Oh my god. You look like you've seen some things, Mayor Seta.
Oh. Hello, Mayor Seta. Nice to meet you.
Oh, we gotta vote to set a charm? What does it do? Marks all nearby resources and points of interest on Saga's map. Now that is good for going searching for my things, actually. That's very good for my things. So everything is marked nearby on them. Oh, wow. Hello. Nursery rhyme. Oh, shit. It's just opened it all up for me. Bolt cutters to get the cult stash over there. There's a cult stash. Oh, we haven't even gone to the Watery Lighthouse. Because I thought that was going to be part of the story, remember? So I actively ignored the lighthouse because I was like, oh, dude, the lighthouse. That's going to be part of the story. We'll come back later. Fuck me. All right. Look, I know that I said that we were going to do the story, but we've come here now, and there's actually quite a lot here. So I actually think that we're going to investigate. This is beautiful. Okay, so being able to see and visit Mayor Seta, who's a dog.
So,
well, that's the cutest mayor I've ever seen for sure.
Don't know. There's a lot of good folk in that town. A lot of friendly folk.
And it used to be such a nice, quiet place too, like Watery, before certain people came to town.
Damn. Yep, as soon as I started reading into the signs, I'm like, this sounds like we're in a collection of dog tricks. Where's that container? It's definitely not a container. The game is fucking with me again. Unless... Oh! Behind the stage! Didn't realize we can go behind here. Oh, hello. This is interesting. Missing. Little tucked away spot behind the stage. Love it. Alright, well... Hello? There's a nursery rhyme back here. This charm's going to be great for us now. Because it'll allow us to actually finish up those things that I didn't really want to do at this point in time because of the fact that I would have to kind of fuck around and just search without knowing where anything is, but this charm has just helped me tremendously. Nice, we got a computer. Because I think that for Alan, there's a word of word of power that you can find that reveals his resources. Oh, FBC is in here, huh? Test sites in Watery. Ranger cabin, trailer park, lighthouse, downtown coffee world, and Watery Woods. Now I think these are nursery rhymes, potentially? Because there's a nursery rhyme in here. Experiment PFNR16, codename Maiden Waiting, prop item. Dearest, when are you returning? I've been waiting for you so long, I miss you. Send me a letter as soon as you can. It's lonely here and I pine. Your fair maiden. Maiden Waiting. My dear maiden, I'm out of luck and out of means. I'd love to come back home to you soon, but alas, I must gather my strength and my funds first. Don't forget about me. I'll be with you sooner than you think. Dearest, it pains me to hear you will not be arriving, but I will keep waiting until you do. I would never forget about you. How could I? Maiden waiting failure. Just to update you, I haven't had any success with setting the stage yet. Even the letters from the characters themselves are no use. Do you have any tips on what I should try next? Michaels. So there are no results. The propping has been proven to be effective, according to Dr. Campbell. Maybe it's something in the rhyme itself. Is it too mature, too direct? Should we add complexity and charm to it? Try some different approaches and get back to me. All right, thanks. I'll try to add some complexity and charm. This is a really great use of my master's in applied physics. Interesting.
There's a rhyme over here.
Here it is. There once was a faithful girl, at home she stayed, and there she prayed for her lover to return, but he collected fair maidens, just as he did their stolen riches and broken hearts. Okay. So we've got our maiden. Faithful girl. It wouldn't be a mother, though. That's the thing. We don't have a... I wonder if I could potentially be missing a doll here. If it's needed for this story, the doll could potentially be nearby. But I think it would be marked on the map, maybe as an item to pick up. But maybe I'm supposed to be the one who's got to add some dramatics to the story to make it work, perhaps. There is always the chance, and I've been waiting for this to happen, there is always the chance that the story is going to not be able to work because I don't have the doll that's required. A faithful girl, at home she stayed, and there she prayed. It's not going to be the child, because that would not make sense to the romantic part of the story. What if we made it a dog, like it's a wolf?
Nope.
The dog can read letters, and read and write letters. It's a monster.
No.
Yeah, I feel... I'm getting the vibe that we might not have the... we might not have the right things. I'll put the maiden on the house. That actually says okay. The lover could be like the hero for the maiden's story.
Ugh.
Nope.
Doesn't look right.
He collected fair maidens just as he did their stolen riches and broken hearts. Because he's a trickster?
Okay.
Maiden at home, trickster, collecting the riches. Gotcha. Didn't need to get a new doll after all.
What the hell?
Where are we going for this one? Fresh fish. It's dark. I cannot really see where I'm supposed to be going for this one. Is it mark it on the map for me? Charm. Oh, it's literally right out here. Oh. Just outside.
Look at that.
Fuck.
Another charm.
And it had to be another coffee mug one, didn't it? Alright, so there's another nursery rhyme completed. I'm basically going to now run through and collect all the mist stuff. And investigate the lighthouse. Funny how I was like, it's going to be part of the story. And now, you know, probably the rental cabins is going to be the same deal. Where I'm like, it's probably part of the story and it's not.
Another locked box.
That car one was too easy. Here's mine. There are 3 batteries, B1, B2, B3, which have a combined charge of 1600 amps. Oh god. Okay, B2 has 128 amps more than B3, and B1 has 2 times as much charge as B3. How many amps does B2 have? I don't go to school anymore. And I dropped maths. So I love that you're doing this to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to open our calculator. 1600 amps in total. Divided by 3 is like 533. It doesn't straight divide by 3. B2 has 128 amps more than B3, and B1 has 2 times as much charge as B3. Specifically 128 is kind of interesting. So B3 has the least amount of charge, B1 is double, and B2 has only 128 more. So I feel like B1's going to be the most. That's really strange. I wonder what the formula is for this. 1600 minus 128, 1472 minus 2. No, not minus 2. 1472 divided by 2. 736. How many amps does B2 have? That's the really fun part, is it's literally just finding out how much B2 has. 128 more than B3, and B1 has 2 times as much charge as B3. B1, B2, B3, writing this down in my handy notebook. 1600 charge. So B1 is equal to 2 of B3, and B2 128 more than B3. B1 has 2 times as much charge as B3. So B1 is 2 B3. So if we do 1600, take away 128, so we'll just remove that from the equation, then that means that 1472 is the combined total of 4 B3s. So if we divide that by 4, that gives us 368. So now the answer... Okay, yeah, I feel like I have the answer. So 1600 minus 128 gives us 1472, and that is the total of 4 B3 batteries. And then if you divide those batteries by 4, you get 368. That's per battery. So B1, for example, would be 736. But we need to find out B2. And B2 just has 128 amps more than B3. So if 1 B3 is equal to 368 and you add 128, that's a total of 496. Now, my dears, if that is correct, I'm a math genius. Thank you. I understand maths. I used to actually get A's in math in high school. I just hated it. And I dropped it as soon as I was able. But I could math. I could math. Why do I have to take a fucking math test to open a stash? What if I needed to get in fast? I can't do math in my head. I'm not Ada fucking Lovelace. I missed dinner getting this thing open. It was family pizza night. I love how the cult starts becoming less of like this evil cult and more of just like this, fuck you, man. Why'd you make me do this? That's great. Oh, it even detects manuscript pages. That's also great. Cool stuff. Coming to Watery at this time of night is crazy because now we're full Silent Hill mode. We even got a lighthouse, dude. A whole area for us to actually explore because I purposefully left it alone thinking that we wouldn't need to explore it optionally. I was like, we'll come back. The boy was wrong. He had no fucking idea what this story was going to be about. The lighthouse isn't even active. It'd be perfect for this to be on during the foggy night. Somewhere, James Sunderland is rowing his boat across the lake that is not a lake. A dark presence attacks. Oops. Fuck, where was that?
Bailey ran around the corner as the street lamps flickered and went off. It was in front of him, a glitching cloud, a dark, boiling monster. Looking at it felt like what a stroke must feel like. He was sick with fear. He fell. The dark presence ripped into him, swallowed him, filled his lungs and his brains with dark water. Bailey saw a snarling face in the darkness. Then he realized it was his own face. He was snarling. He was standing in the street in the dark, and he was snarling. He was snarling, he snarled. The monster was gone. The darkness coiled around him in tatters and wisps. He was the monster now, filled with rage. He was the monster now, filled with rage, he shouted.
Nice. Is that how Scratch occurred? Amazing. He's snarling, he snarled. Oh god. Someone's chilling in the sauna at night. The sauna. At least we don't have to go all the way up this way again, so we do have to check out the locked door in this ranger cabin, apparently. Bolt cutters for Colt stash. There's a locked door in the trailer park and a Colt stash here, and then there'll be a nursery room.
Some real strange news, I hear.
Best to keep your head down and mind your own business.
I suppose you're right. As long as they don't come and disturb our sauna nights, we'll be fine.
It's even creepier that this is at night. I feel like if we came here before time had passed... Oh god. I feel like if we came here before time had passed to the nighttime, everyone would still be in the same positions, but it's just more creepy now. God, especially with, like, Coffee World being lit up. Alright. Time for us to go investigate this lighthouse scenario. How fun. Actively exploring this at the most horrific time. Night had fallen on Watery, and that is when I decided it was the best time to explore the lighthouse. No better time, I'd say, to explore the lighthouse. And fuck me, right? My inventory is full, so I can't even store charms anymore. I can't even store charms anymore. I have to throw all this out just so I can put charms away. Why am I dealing with Last of Us clickers right now, dude? See, look how nice this is. Holy shit. This charm is a godsend. Holy fuck. That's everything you could ever want or need. I didn't even see the lunchbox hints here yet. How do I... How do I get there? Oh, there we go. Oh, cut around the side.
Those kids' lunchboxes.
Oh, that was closer than I thought. Oh, I was reading the map all wrong. For some reason I thought I was going that way. That makes sense. But But then, almost at the same time, but not quite, another hand grabbed my other wrist. It was my childhood friend's estranged twin brother, a rugged ex-soldier who'd helped me fight back the zombie horde, with his chiseled jaw and smoldering eyes and worn leather jacket. My heart fluttered like a small bird against its cage. Ignore him, babe. You know I'm who you want. The sensitive friend I had cared for all my life, or the intense warrior I had known for one harrowing day. How was I ever going to choose? The zombies were easier than this. Ooh, 9. That's nice. That puts us at 18. Oh yeah, and then we've got upgrades for the pump-action shotgun. If only I knew that we were going to be dropping our sawed-off shotgun, which I had fully upgraded. Let me refund my upgrades. Jesus. Fuck. Because now I've also got rifle upgrades as well. Stand still and aim steady to drastically reduce kickback and minimize pellet spread for increased damage. Hold the fire button for auto fire and move faster while aiming. We have consecutive successful hits will reduce the time between shots. Stand still to enter improved focus mode. Perfect accuracy pulls shots towards enemy weak spots and deals increased damage. Hello? Bullets penetrate the enemy's darkness shield. You don't even need to use the light on them. Damn. We only have 10 bullets for the rifle at the moment, so I'm unsure. We might stick with our shotgun. How much ammo do I have? Of everything. 6 and 17. Yeah, I've got much more shotgun ammo. So we'll upgrade this to this one.
The Taken rushed toward her, but Saga remained where she was, unmoving. She willed the pellets to stay on course, to hit the target. The Taken was closer. She waited. Closer. Still she waited. Until the very last moment.
Nice. That's a happy group.
I will stay waiting for it!
Oh, there's more. Yep. Oh, of course it's one of you. Oh, it's multiple of this. Okay. It's always the way, isn't it? You dead? Dead. Leave me alone. God damn it.
Fucking monsters.
Feels. An old watcher of the sea before his demise cursed the waters that ruined his eyes, so he played a trick on the ocean deep, the waves to fight and havoc to wreak, and in doing that wrong, lost his soul's song. Watcher of the sea cursed the waters that ruined his eyes, so he played a trick on the ocean deep, the waves to fight and havocs to wreak, and in doing so lost his soul's song. What? It's just like the missing piece that I always look at that and I'm like, huh? What? Curse the waters that ruined his eyes. I don't know why I automatically put him on the boat. Because it ruined his eyes. And then he played a trick. Okay. Yes. I got the dolls right. It was just, I put the elder in the wrong place.
Another rhyme.
Wait, what? Why are you repeating dialogue, Saga? This game is constantly repeating dialogue at me.
We will watch it eat.
Jesus. I love, like, the way that... It's kind of funny, the way that, like, the gore works in this game, because like this guy, his body did not get torn away like it usually does, but instead his hat got all bloody, which I find really funny. It's like amusing. I think I'm following these. Is darkness? I've made this really hard for myself by doing this at night, because I can't fucking see. So I almost kind of at this point have to rely on the map revealing the location of the charm to me, because trying to follow the path of darkness at night is not going to happen, unfortunately. Sad as that is. They're gonna make me work for this fucking charm, that's for sure. And it's gonna be a coffee mug. Oh my god. Hello? Where do you want me to go with this thing? And the trail ends. And it starts again. Here. Jesus. Making me go on a goddamn hike. Come on. Okay, thank you.
Charmed, I'm sure.
What charm is this? Max amount of health restored in safe havens. Okay, a lighthouse charm. Cool. That was one hell of a walk. I'm assuming it wants to be viewed from this angle. So it would be the two upside down triangles. 2 is also, it would be the same but inverted. And then 3 is upside down double triangle. Okay. So this one, this one, this one. Cool. Lovely. So we're being misled. Getting the Anderson brothers on board would be a big win for us, so I'm offering a $100 Superstore gift card plus a year's worth of free coffee at the Oh Dear Diner to whoever gets those two to join. Let's get recruiting. They really wanted them, huh? Big time. They really wanted them. Okay, that's a stash done. This point of interest may be our key to the lighthouse. We can only hope, because otherwise how are we getting into it? My first watery visit. I'm staying near the Lighthouse Trailer Park, a nice little spot just off the road. It's very quiet here during the day. At night, not so much. I've never been too nervous and can sleep through an earthquake, but here, I don't know, something just feels off. The animals act weird, they're restless at night, making weird noises and running away, and I could swear I heard someone moving around, circling. I'm going to give it one more night and then move on. A lot of people that choose to like stay out here and then regret. So that was the point of interest. That makes wanting to get this key problematic. I'd assume if we could find it nearby, it would show up on the map potentially. I'm trying to think of where we could find this map. This key. Could you imagine if the key to the lighthouse was in the ranger cabin? I would be deeply upset, but we're going to the ranger cabin anyway, so we may as well. I'm not sure about this locked door. But I just haven't unlocked this yet. Hang on. Oh, it's bolt cutters. It's bolt cutters. That's what was locked. Right. Nursery rhyme. Lovely. So it was a locked door that you weren't able to actually open because you needed to do this. Understood. Okay, Okay, this is an interesting room. Release.
More of those rhymes.
Okay, nursery rhyme. The old man who could not see had no children of his own, so he cared for a fawn not yet grown, for the deer for him was dear, and filled his life with love. So, deer and old man. Wait, is it old man? Yeah, old man.
Sure.
Some are just so much easier than the others, and then for others, you're like, what? Oh! Hello. Jesus. Jump scare? Okay.
Hey, another charm.
Deer mask charm. Okay. Now, I just got an achievement saying find all the charms, so I think we're done with our rhymes. But then there's still a strange doll, which doesn't make sense. There's still a doll? Oh, maybe the achievement doesn't classify duplicate charms, so the others will still be like coffee mug charms, perhaps? That could be part of it. Yeah, because we've still got Cauldron Lake and Strange Doll. So there'll probably be some coffee mug charms to get, but I've got the achievement for getting, I guess, each unique charm. Significantly increases time before darkness shields regenerate. Okay. Alright, that's the trailer park done. So I can open this door. And we can go. So now where we want to go is to this cult stash in the workshop. That point of interest in the well still hasn't gone away because it's another glitched icon, which is fun. Okay. What's the catch on our cult stash?
Another one of those cult boxes.
God! Chastised!
Oh god. It just had to be you.
God, I was waiting! What was on the call?
Oh! Explosion and crossbow bolt. Look at that. Oh, we just had to be another one, huh?
There we go.
Oh. Oopsie. Where are you? Where have you gone? Oh, you're being that. Damn it, I missed. Oh, okay. Take flare to the mouth. Oh, you see how it pulls the flare out? That's amazing. Wild. What a time. What a time. Give me that bolt back. Incredible behavior. Okay. Spare parts. What the fuck? Oh. They trapped me in here. Okay. With a bunch of pieces. Oh, all my flares are gone. Alright, we'll just use a flash. Boop. Lovely. Okay. Now, spare parts. So there's a Ferris wheel thing a rocket thing and a thingy thing, and it's gonna be, it's number related. Okay. Oh, so it'll be the number on the Ferris wheel. Not the number, sorry, the symbol on a Ferris wheel thing. Oh, it's numbers, not symbols. Oh, it might be the, oh, it'll be the number of ride parts. Okay, that makes sense. Silly me. Numbers, not symbols. So you gotta count the number of each that you find. Okay. So there's 5 Ferris wheel ones. There's 2 of the floaties, and then I think there's 4 of the rockets. I believe. Let's try that. So 5, 4, 2. Yep. 5, 4, 2, baby. I'm putting it in writing here that Operation Bigger is Better is simply not possible from an engineering perspective. I know he loves his crazy ideas, but his schematic looks like a damn comic book. Charlene drew it for him, didn't she? It can't be done. Nice. Okay. That is done. We can now leave and head to the ranger cabin. And then I've got to go all the way back to the lighthouse place to get a lighthouse key somewhere if it's not in the ranger cabin. Okay, now I don't really know what we're doing about a locked door here. Oh no. Hang on. Oh fuck. This is the stupid locked door that is a glitched symbol on my map, isn't it? Because it's just the same locked door that gets like knocked down. Oh, a heavy sigh. It is with a heavy sigh that I've walked all the way here for no reason. That is classic. Classic. Oh, hang on, there's a couple of new points of interest that have popped up on my map, actually, after running through Coffee World again. What is the deal with that? Hold on. I guess it wasn't all for nothing. Which means the lighthouse key... Big old womp womp, because it didn't appear on the map at all when we were near the lighthouse. It just straight up does not exist. So we might have to... Like, it might be tied to one of the other quests that we're doing right now. Like, we might get given the lighthouse key somehow. I don't know. There's a bunch of fish things surrounding a giant piece of pie. I think this is the point of interest. Coffee World review notes. Pros. Coffee themes names for the rides. Mildly amusing. Nice view of Watery from the top of the Ferris wheel. The mascots were trying their best. What else? Okay Coffee. Cons, rickety rides, creepy mood, money-hungry owner, and they killed the poor moose. 2 out of 5 stars. How did I miss that? That's so weird. I guess it's our charm that also highlights these points of interests as well, which is really nice. So if we have missed some nice little notes to read, the game is giving them to me. So let's go. Oh my Jesus! I've never wanted to shoot an animal as much as that wolf that just jump scared me. Holy shit, dude. That one was unbelievable. That was cruel. That was cruel. That was cruel. Where the fuck are you? Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love the wolves just roaming Coffee World. Makes me so happy. Jesus Christ. Is reading random notes worth that? Of course it is. Alright, where am I looking? In the safety of the light, where are we? We want to be here somewhere. Hey. Oh, God. Do you mind? Jesus. Not a fan of that. creepy. We got some drawings that are so nice, okay? So easy to miss. That one is not going away because I'm convinced that it is glitched. Because I've read the thing countless times in there. Same with the dog. That doesn't go away either. Alright, I think I'm done. I'm leaving Coffee World. I'm going back to my car. And it means I'm just going to have to come back here again. Another time. When I figure out how to get this lighthouse key. Oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're running. We're running. We're running. We're running. We're running. We're just running. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're just leaving. Ah! Do not give me pats on the back. We're leaving. Fuck. That wolf owns Coffee World now. Holy shit. You know how much of a bad idea this was to come back to Watery at this time of night? And go through Coffee World of all places? I actually think Coffee World's probably the scariest location in this game. Just on its atmosphere. Let alone coming here at this fucking time of night.
Got fixed quick.
Lighthouse, I will be back for you. I may as well commit to my collecting journey and go to Bright Falls and get everything as well. The only problem is on a Cauldron Lake level, Cauldron Lake is still missing stuff. So if we go to Cauldron Lake, I think that's going to kick off the story. So if we go to Cauldron Lake and try and get stuff, I don't think we're going to be able to then leave Cauldron Lake again. I think that's our issue. So if I have to collect stuff in Cauldron Lake, that'll end up allowing me to get my lighthouse stuff. I think I'm going to have to like end up waiting for like New Game Plus or something. And with that one, guys, we're going to be bringing this episode of Alan Wake 2 to a close. It's a massive episode, so I did have to split this one up into a couple of pieces because we did a lot of exploration, and then the story is just all the way once it gets right into it. So we are bringing this episode to a close. We got to tie off some loose ends, and then we are going to the beginning of the end game next time. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you then.